in a Sharia environment, a Muslim and a non-Muslim, they are not equal. The Muslim is way, way higher. You will be a second-class citizen, if not third class, in a Sharia environment. A non-Muslim is a second-class citizen. And so he can be killed, just like Deborah Samuel was killed, and nothing is going to happen. I've already done a couple of videos concerning Deborah Samuel, a Christian lady that was burned to death in broad daylight in Sokoto State, Nigeria, northwest Nigeria to be specific. She was an economics student of Shehu Shagari College of Education, 200-level student of Shehu Shagari College of Education. She was having a sort of disagreement with her mates that were posting Islamic contents. You know that if you have actually had an encounter with Muslims, you understand what we're saying. They're going to be praising Muhammad. They're going to be saying all kinds of things. So this lady was fed up with their tactics, that she spoke up on a group platform. That group platform, it was a WhatsApp group chat. It was meant for academic discussions, and they turned it into an Islamic propaganda machine. So she spoke up, and then they framed her up and said she was insulting Muhammad, even if she was insulting Muhammad. So, I mean, they insult everybody also. They insult Jesus. By rejecting Jesus as the Son of God, that's an insult. That's blasphemy. But they are the only ones that can blaspheme other people's religion. You can't blaspheme Islam when Sharia is in place. You will be killed. You will be killed. So they rallied round. The mob came, lynched her. It is reported also that the security apparatus on campus that day, they tried to save Deborah Samuel, but the mob overpowered them. So they essentially released her for them to do whatever they wanted to do. So they beat her and then set her on fire on campus. And they were rejoicing and chanting Allahu Akbar and cursing her as she was burning. They were even raining curses upon her. So you wouldn't believe it. This lady on the screen is gone. She's dead. She's not alive again. But that's not where I'm going today. Where I'm going is the kind of trial that was arranged for the suspects. The suspects who, by the way, did not hide their faces. They recorded everything. They recorded the proceedings of a lynching and burning to death. And they were bragging and praising themselves. One held a matchbox and said, I was the one that lit the fire. I was the one that lit it. Their faces were there for the whole world to see. So it's not a matter of alleged. And so the police command in Sokoto State did a kangaroo arraignment, and eventually the guys were discharged. As a matter of fact, the youths in Sokoto State and some other parts of northern Nigeria staged protests, violent protests. They were breaking things, burning property, and all over so many towns in northern Nigeria. Not protesting against the killing. They were protesting against the arrest of the men who killed Deborah Samuel. They were demanding that they should be released. That is what happens in a full-blown Sharia state in any part of the world, not just in Nigeria. So in this video, I want us to look at the trial and why I will be providing why the men would never be convicted for killing Deborah Samuel. So let's just look into it. This is a newspaper article, an online newspaper article published in Nigeria around the time of the trial. So let me make it clear. And the title is, the headline, Deborah Samuel's suspected killers were charged to court for inciting disturbance, got acquitted. Nigerian police admit. Do you see what we're talking about? They were charged for inciting violence. And they got acquitted. You see the faces here on the screen. This guy was the one holding the matchbox in the videos that circulated all over the internet. And you see this other one rejoicing that Deborah Samuel here was killed, brutally killed, burnt down on a college campus in Nigeria. But of course, in the Sharia state. This is Sahara Reporters. Let's read part of the article. The Nigeria Police Sokoto State Command has admitted that the suspects arrested in the burning to death of a Nigerian female student, Deborah Samuel, for blasphemy, alleged blasphemy, were charged to court for inciting and violence. Have you seen that? The command told Sahara Reporters on Wednesday that it was not the fault of the police if the court exonerated the suspects, saying the police had done its own part. We're going to see the part that they did. Okay? This inciting and disturbance, that was the part, that was their own part. The state police public relations officer, Rufai Ahmad. Do you see these names? How do you expect to get justice? This is a Muslim in a Sharia state. Okay? And they're trying the men who killed Deborah Samuel. This is a Christian name. This is a Christian name. But the police, nearly all of them will be Muslims in the Sharia state. So, on May 12th, 2023, I think it was 2022, Deborah, I don't know why I don't know why this sloppy reporting. A female student of Shehu Shagari College of Education, Sokoto, was attacked by a mob and set ablaze over comments purportedly considered to be an insult to Muhammad. Few days after, a magistrate court sitting in Sokoto State remanded the two suspects, Bilyaminu Aliyu, a Muslim, Aminu Hukunshi, a Muslim, arrested in connection with her murder. Sahara Reporters had reported that during the court proceedings, the suspect pleaded not guilty to the murder of the deceased. They were subsequently discharged and acquitted by the court. Okay, let's see why the court discharged them. First of all, you see what they were arraigned for: inciting and disturbance. Inciting and disturbance. Speaking on the incident, the police spokesperson, this guy that we mentioned above, said on Deborah's issue, police have done their own part by arraigning people in court. So you just carelessly arraign people in court, and that means you have done your part. It is all planned. You cannot get justice. Christians, listen. You cannot get justice when Islam is dominating your environment. If you get killed, that is it. So now that you have the freedom, do everything possible to prevent the implementation of Sharia in your own state, if it's not there already. They will lie to you. They will deceive you. It's all taqiyya. They will tell you it will not affect non-Muslims. It's only for Muslims. It's a lie. It's a big, fat lie. So let's see what this guy said. Those people that were arrested, like you said, they were charged on inciting disturbance, which is a bailable offense. Is this a police officer? What a shame. What a shame. This is a police officer saying people that were arrested were charged to court for inciting disturbance, and he's saying it's a bailable offense. And he is proud. When we charge them to court, we have done our part. Can you see this? We have done our part. Court decided to vindicate them or release them. That is none of our business. You see this? It's all part of game. That's Islam. It's all game. That question should be directed to court. We have done our own part. But let's see what happened during the proceeding. Sahara Reporters had also on May 18, 2023 reported that court documents revealed how the suspected killers of Deborah Samuel, a college, blah, 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 okay, were freed after the Nigerian police prosecutors failed to show up in court, and they have done their part. They have done their part. In a 5-page court judgment delivered on January 30, this is part of the sloppiness. The event took place, according to them, in this same report. Look at it. The event took place on May 12. The judgment took place on January 30. So, judgment happened before the crime was committed. According to, this is Nigeria. Nothing, there's no excellence. Everything is sloppy. It's normal. It's been normalized. But that's not where we're going today. I mean, I'm not trying to pick on these reporters. I'm just trying to say, Nigeria is done. Nigeria is over. So let's go. Here is the thing. In a 5-page court judgment delivered on January 30, 2023 in the Chief Magistrate Court 1, Gutwa, Sokoto, seen by Sahara reporters, Chief Magistrate Shuaibu Ahmad, you see this name again? Set the suspects free due to the absence of the police prosecution during series of proceedings. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the trial of those people that killed Deborah Samuel. And I've been able to show, see that I'm not hiding anything. I'm not hiding anything. This is what you get in a Sharia state. But there's one more thing that I want to show. And that is to prove that these things you are seeing, this charade, this facade, it's all part of Islam. It is to let the criminals off the hook. It's a deliberate program put in place to just give an appearance of, oh, we did the trial. So I want to prove my point. Here is the thing. I'll go to sunnah.com, but I'm going to show it on the screen also. Sunnah.com. This is sunnah.com. And you can just search. You see this is the search. A Muslim should not be killed for killing a non-Muslim. That was what I searched. And this hadith came up. It's a Sahih hadith, so nobody can accuse me of quoting a weak hadith, which they call da'if, or whatever they want to say. So this is Sahih hadith. Let's see what they have to say. This is 6915. Sahih al-Bukhari, 6915. You see this? Let's read. Narrated Abu Juhayfa. I asked Ali, do you have anything divine? See, divine. Anything divine. Besides what is in the Quran. Or, as Uyayna once said, apart from what the people have. All this, it's very difficult to read Islamic sources. If you are not informed, you will hardly understand what they're saying. But let me just read. Ali said, by him who made the grain split and created the soul, we have nothing except what is in the Quran and the ability of understanding Allah's book, which he may endow a man with, and what is written in the sheet of paper. In this sheet of paper. I asked, what is on this paper? He replied, the legal regulations of diya, which is blood money, and the releasing of the captives, the ransom for releasing of the captives, and the judgment that no Muslim should be killed in qisas, which is equality in punishment, for killing a kafir, a disbeliever. You see, they have inserted all kinds of Arabic terminologies, and then they will put the meaning in English. So I'll try now to read it the second time and then omit all those Arabic terminologies and read the English only. Okay, so that we can understand what we're dealing with. I asked Ali, do you have anything divine literature beside what is in the Quran? Ali said, by him who made the grain split and created the soul, we have nothing except what is in the Quran and the ability of understanding Allah's book, which he may endow a man with, and what is written in this sheet of paper. I asked, what is on this paper? He replied, the legal regulations of blood money and the releasing of the captives and the judgment that no Muslim should be killed in equality in punishment for killing a disbeliever. That is what they are saying. So there were three things that were brought up. There were three things. Number one, three things as divine authority, as divine literature. One, the Quran. Two, the understanding of it, which according to them, Allah may bestow on somebody, anybody that he pleases. Number three, certain things written in a sheet of paper, separate from the Quran, separate from the understanding of the Quran. Some things were written in a piece of paper, and Ali held the paper. Otherwise, it wouldn't have said this paper. So the paper was with Ali. Ali was the fourth of the four rightly guided caliphs: Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Ali. So the four rightly guided caliphs, they were the best in that followed Muhammad. That followed after the death of Muhammad, the people that ruled the Muslim lands. These are the four rightly guided caliphs according to Sunni Islam. So Ali is not just an ignorant dude. He was the fourth commander of Islam after Muhammad died. So here is what Ali said, according to what was written in those. So the guy asked him, so what's in this sheet of paper? He mentioned three things. Number one, legal regulations. Whenever you hear that, that is Sharia. So everything written in that sheet of paper, they were part of Sharia. The standard judgments that will be used to decide matters in an Islamic environment, in a caliphate or in a sultanate. So, one, there are legal judgments, the judgment about blood money, the judgment about releasing of captives, their own captives. Or, I don't know, maybe if some Muslims were also taken captives by some other people, and how to, all that is about captives of war. And number three, the judgment that no Muslim should be killed in equality in punishment. So you see this, there is no equality in punishment for killing a disbeliever, a non-Muslim, in a Sharia environment. That's exactly the point. This is Sahih Hadith. Let's go to another one. Still in Sunnah.com. This time around, 6905. The previous one was 6915. Here now, 6903. Narrated Ashubai. I heard Abu Juhayfa saying, I asked Ali, have you got any divine literature apart from the Quran? Once he said, apart from what the people have. Ali replied, by him who made the grain split and created the soul, we have nothing except what is in the Quran and the ability of understanding Allah's book, which he may endow a man with. And we have what is written in this paper. I asked, what is written in this paper? He replied, the regulation of Diya, about the ransom of captives, and the judgment that a Muslim should not be killed in equality in punishment for killing a disbeliever. And so you see, you can find the same thing in, I think, Sahih al-Bukhari 111. So it's a mutawati hadith. Mutawati is a hadith that is multiply attested. So many reportings. And I have something that is called reliance of the traveler, which is a Sharia, something like Sharia constitution. I have it. I also have another one called the Hidayah Manual. These are standard Islamic judgment rules used all over the world, particularly in Sunni Islam. And you find the same thing in them. So if a Muslim wants to contest this, wants to say, no, what he's saying is not right, I'm challenging you. Would you come up and let's have a conversation? I'll be glad to have you. So I think I have been able to prove my point that in a Sharia environment, a Muslim and a non-Muslim, they are not equal. The Muslim is way, way higher. You will be a second-class citizen, if not third class, in a Sharia environment. A non-Muslim is a second-class citizen. And so he can be killed, just like Deborah Samuel was killed, and nothing is going to happen. If you have found this video very interesting, please like it and subscribe if you have not done so. Together, we can shine the light and we can fight evil and we can preserve righteousness in the land. Thank you. God bless you. Catch you in the next video.